Ready. Play.
And Rafa clinches the match with this cat and mouse rally. I think very sharp, definitely. I don't know if John wants to come on and talk about that match as well right now, but certainly pretty sharp. I don't think he was made to work all that hard though, especially as Thiem was barely winning points on return even in the first set. But the serving looked good, and once Thiem just maybe was a little too tentative for a game in the 5-6. Basically at 5-6 in the first set. After that, he just fell apart very, very quickly and wasn't actually asking all that much of Thiem anymore. Even sorry, it wasn't even asking all that much of Rafa anymore. Obviously, that's what I meant. Thiem imploding a bit, says Jane. Jake says even the crowd knows Thiem's done. Yeah, John is coming on maybe because I see that his cup has been moved. The Rafa hat can be on his head now, not on the desk. Speaking of Rafa's next opponent, Karatsev is indeed back on serve, so who knows? Echeverry and Mahaj as well, 6-5 for Thomas now. So well, both are called Thomas, but for Mahaj.
I was watching you on the YouTube channel, and I sort of paused it so you were in line with my feed, if you like. But yeah, very efficient. If this match was 2 years ago, you just go, "Yep, that's Rafa. That's how it is." So I guess that's a positive sign.
I don't know what's the point about 2 years ago. I'm not sure I get it.
I mean, it's just the fact that we've not seen him play for a year. We've not seen him have a spell of sustained injury-free period for 18 months. What I mean is, if we wouldn't watching that match today, I don't think you would necessarily go, "Oh, there's something wrong, or there's something different." It just looked like a rudimentary win. You might just see that as being, "Yep, first match of the season, Rafa Nadal," rather than, "Oh wow, he's not played for a year."
Yeah. I mean, it was a sharp performance, although you sort of have to question what Thiem sort of even made him do in the second set, in the second part of the match. Like, there was literally nothing that he was in trouble with. Like, yeah, it was just cruising, and especially the serving, which you were worried about. Like, that's not a thing to be worried about, clearly, right?
No,
Like that's the main strength of his performance today. Actually, that's the main asset that he had over Thiem. And still Domi until 5-6 was playing very well. I don't care that he only won 3 points on return in the first 6 games. I think he was still playing very well until 5-6. But yeah, as you also stated in the chat, and I think me during the broadcast as well, he just, I guess, let that get into his head that it's 5-6, that he has to get to a tiebreak. He was not playing as bravely as he was before. And after that, it was just one downhill, and yeah.
Just watching his encore interview.
Yeah, I can hear.
So yeah, he's highlighting, as you'd expect, the year he's had away from the tour. I saw him chasing a few balls left and right, and he sort of bent down. And I thought, oh, hang on. No, he was okay. Like, I just remember the way he kneeled or keeled over in that match a year ago. I think he said he doesn't really know what his level was.
Some hard times with injuries too, so happy to see him on court and wish him all the very best for the season.
In a way, maybe we've learned at least as much about Dominic as we have Rafa today.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we have learned a lot about Thiem. Yeah,
the picture
unfortunately.
The picture looks bleak.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like he until 5-6, he was really playing with a lot of intensity, like the backhands down the line that he was taking, quite early, different motion as well. That was all so great. And then, yeah, 5-6, he just doesn't take that shot anymore. Maybe once in the entire match from after that. But also when he's like trying to run away, run around that backhand and hit the forehand, and it's like just nothing on the ball, literally. Like it's the classic post-injury Thiem forehand. And yeah, I do agree with that. Like I think we've learned a lot on Thiem, and it's not. The conclusions don't bode well for him. Not at all.
It's his number of wins on the tour goes past Ivan Lendl today, and 1,069.
Yeah. He was tied with Lendl at 1,068. Of course, it's still Connors, Federer, and Djokovic ahead. Probably all ungettable. So I think he'll stay at number 4.
Yeah.
200 wins around, is it? To Federer? Well, maybe
is it?
190, something like that. It's probably more in 205, I think, until Connors.
I don't think he'll even play 200 matches. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And to Novak, it's just 20 or 19, I think. But of course, Novak is also not gonna be sleeping. So
no. Yeah. So that is job done as far as Rafa's concerned. Is he going to be playing Kubler or is he going to be playing Karatsev? They were back on serve last I saw. Yes, Kubler 7 for the match.
Kubler serving for the match, yeah. And match 5-love up in the tiebreak. He was 5-1 up in the first set tiebreak and lost it. So Arnaldi as well beating Fucsovics after saving a match point. And why do Rafa and Novak keep getting from these post-match?
And Rafa did say, he said, I had no idea.
There's a big sort of focus among the. I know that there's a big focus in the ATP on these sort of things. Like they really put a lot of thought into bringing up these stats, and sometimes I consider it ridiculous as well. Like, for example, the fact that someone is winning their 200th ATP Tour match. Like that's considered a prime stat by the ATP. Like that's considered the stat that everyone should be talking about after the match, which I honestly don't really get. Like I don't think it's a milestone of any kind, really. I don't seriously believe that any player sees that it's my 200th match win. What an achievement. 500, I think, yes, sure. 1,000, yes. 1,000 has only been done by like 6 players or whatever. 500, of course, it is actually massive. I think, but 200, no one cares about that. And I think even last year, was it Alex de Minaur who had his 200th match win, maybe, or 100th? I'm not sure. I think it was 200, and he basically said that. What? I mean, I don't even give a damn, and I totally agree with that. Yeah.
If Nadal gets through Kubler or Karatsev, which of course right now looks like it's going to be Kubler, possibilities in the quarterfinals would be Mickelson, Humbert, and Thompson. Probably Humbert is the one that he would least like to play amongst those 3.
Yeah, but that's all very doable still, right?
Yeah,
like I think the quarter basically Karatsev was the main dangerous opponent. Maybe he's still there. Who knows? I mean, they're just starting that game. And I don't think Mahat will blow this tiebreak. I mean, he has 6 consecutive match points, by the way. But yeah, I think in that quarter, Karatsev is probably the main danger. So it would be good for Rafa if he went out. Not that he needs it really, because given how he played today, I think he is well equipped enough to have a shot even against a peaking Karatsev. But yeah, it would be good for him anyway, of course, if he went out.
Popyrin said before the tournament that he thought that Rafa would win the tournament. So Popyrin had seen either enough in practice or something, and that was his comments from about 3 or 4 days ago when Rafa was put to him that was Popyrin's prediction. Rafa was like, "Who did he predict to win?" Like he was sort of being a little bit modest, suggesting that it was a little bit ambitious of Alex's side to suggest that. Anyway, that is that. I think we've got not much more to say other than the fact that job done for Rafa Nadal, back on court, didn't get injured, looked good on serve, unlike my pre-match thoughts or concerns. Return looked very dodgy, but come the second set, he didn't need to necessarily up the ante.
Yeah.
I like the way he took the ball quite early on a few points. With conviction. I will say that on both the backhand and forehand side. Whether that's a tactical thing, whether we're going to see anything different in 2024 in that respect, I don't know. But I would say that his clean ball striking, with the exception of a shot he had at passing Thiem, when I remember you saying on commentary that
First set point, yeah. First set point.
He would normally have made that, I think, after 6 months of sort of constant playing. But he actually got another chance, a very similar chance on a pass, I think, on another set point actually, and he took it, and that was kind of enough, really. And then Thiem just sort of
not on a set point, but I think I know the point you're referring to. But it was a set point.
Maybe a big point or 30-all point. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
he took it. And it
might have been a break in the second set, actually. Now that I think of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, could well have been.
Yeah, backhand, like Thiem blasted a big backhand cross court, and there was a short ball, and he just plays it a bit at Rafa, and it's a similar shot. Yeah, more space probably even for Rafa to hit it, but still the timing had to be fairly precise. Yeah, thank you, Jake. Ciao to you as well. You were very active in the chat today. We appreciate that, and hopefully you're going to be
a new Jake.
Yeah, a new Jake, and hopefully you'll join us sometime in the future as well. Karatsev Kubler actually tie break, so yeah, Aslan broke. And Fields with too much points, so I guess actually, and Fields just ended it. So the plan of Jake to watch Fields after this probably didn't pan out, but there's Musetti Wong starting, so
plenty of tennis still to come. Not here on Talking Tennis, though. We are done after about, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 hours. And in fact, if you include the preview to this match, you could go on and on and on. But we won't. We're going to call it a day. So I'll speak to you all very soon.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.